Once, the dense forests whispered with the secrets of ancient beings, but now they echoed only with the distant hum of human progress. In this world, where concrete towers reached for the heavens and asphalt roads carved through once untouched lands, the last Sasquatch roamed. High in the misty peaks, where the air was thin and the trees danced with the wind's whispers, the last Sasquatch found solace. It was a solitary existence, haunted by memories of its fallen kin. Each day brought a reminder of the dwindling numbers of mythical creatures, driven to the brink of extinction by the relentless expansion of humanity. But the last Sasquatch was not alone in its sorrow. Deep within the heart of the forest, a group of intrepid explorers and scholars sought to unveil the mysteries of the world's remaining mythic beings. Led by Dr. Amelia Hawthorne, a renowned cryptozoologist, the team embarked on a perilous journey into the wilderness, driven by a desire to capture and study the last Sasquatch. Unbeknownst to them, their quest would lead them not only to the elusive creature they sought but also to a hidden realm where all mythical creatures had taken refuge. As they delved deeper into the forest, following the trail of the last Sasquatch, they stumbled upon a place untouched by human hands, a sanctuary where magic still thrived. Here, amidst the ancient trees and shimmering streams, the last Sasquatch found allies in unexpected places. A mischievous leprechaun, whose laughter echoed through the glades, and a wise dragon, whose ancient eyes held the wisdom of the ages, stood beside the solitary creature, ready to defend their home from human interference. Together, they formed an unlikely alliance, united in their determination to protect the last remnants of magic in the world. But as the cryptozoologists closed in, driven by greed and ambition, the fate of the hidden realm hung in the balance. In the heart of the wilderness, a battle raged between the forces of progress and the defenders of ancient lore, and only time would tell which side would emerge victorious. As the cryptozoologists pressed deeper into the wilderness, their relentless pursuit of the last Sasquatch threatened to unravel the delicate balance of the hidden realm. Dr. Amelia Hawthorne, driven by her thirst for knowledge, urged her team forward, blinded by the promise of fame and fortune that capturing the mythical creature would bring. But the creatures of the hidden realm refused to surrender without a fight. Led by the last Sasquatch, they marshaled their forces, drawing upon the magic of the forest itself to repel the invaders. The mischievous leprechaun wove spells of illusion, leading the cryptozoologists astray with a trail of shimmering lights and tantalizing whispers. Meanwhile, the wise dragon unleashed torrents of flame, turning the dense undergrowth into a blazing inferno that blocked the humans' path. As the battle raged on, the creatures of the hidden realm fought with a ferocity born of desperation. For them, this was not merely a clash of wills, but a struggle for survival against the relentless march of progress. They had seen their kin driven to extinction by the greed and ignorance of humanity, and they would not allow history to repeat itself. Driven by their love for the wild places of the world, the creatures fought with all their strength, drawing upon the ancient magic that flowed through their veins. With every blow they struck, they reaffirmed their commitment to protecting the last remnants of the natural world from human interference. But even as they battled bravely, the cryptozoologists pressed ever closer, their determination undimmed by the obstacles that stood in their way. With each passing hour, the fate of the hidden realm hung in the balance, and the creatures knew that they could not afford to falter. For if they were to fall, the last flicker of magic in the world would be extinguished forever. As the conflict between the creatures of the hidden realm and the cryptozoologists reached its peak, the very fabric of the wilderness seemed to tremble with the intensity of their struggle. The last Sasquatch, standing at the forefront of the battle, felt the weight of its kin's legacy pressing down upon its broad shoulders. It knew that it could not allow the greed of humanity to snuff out the last vestiges of magic in the world. With a fierce roar that echoed through the forest, the last Sasquatch rallied its allies. The mischievous leprechaun darted through the shadows, weaving intricate spells to confound the invaders at every turn. Meanwhile, the wise dragon soared through the sky, unleashing torrents of flame that drove back the advancing ranks of the cryptozoologists. But even as the creatures fought with all their strength, they knew that they could not hold out forever against the relentless onslaught of their human adversaries. Dr. Amelia Hawthorne, driven by her desire for fame and glory, urged her team forward, heedless of the destruction they left in their wake. In the midst of the chaos, a lone figure emerged from the ranks of the cryptozoologists, a young researcher named Maya, whose eyes were filled with uncertainty and doubt. Unlike her companions, Maya felt a deep reverence for the natural world and a profound sense of sorrow for the creatures whose home they were invading. Driven by a sense of moral obligation, Maya hesitated, torn between her loyalty to her team and her conscience. But as she looked into the eyes of the Last Sasquatch, she saw not a fearsome monster, but a noble guardian fighting to protect its home. In that moment, Maya knew where her true allegiance lay. With a determined resolve, Maya stepped forward, raising her voice above the din of battle. She pleaded with Dr. Hawthorne and her fellow cryptozoologists to abandon their quest, to recognize the beauty and wonder of the hidden realm and the creatures that called it home. For a moment, it seemed as though Maya's words had fallen on deaf ears. But then, to her surprise, Dr. Hawthorne hesitated, her gaze flickering with uncertainty. Slowly, reluctantly, she lowered her weapon, her eyes clouded with regret. In that moment of hesitation, the tide of battle began to turn. The creatures of the hidden realm fought with renewed vigor, emboldened by the hope that their home might yet be saved. And as the last rays of sunlight filtered through the canopy overhead, casting long shadows across the forest floor, it seemed as though peace might finally return to the wilderness once more. As the echoes of battle faded into the stillness of the forest, a tentative peace settled over the hidden realm. The Last Sasquatch stood amidst the charred remains of the battlefield, its gaze sweeping over the tangled undergrowth and towering trees that had borne witness to the clash of titans. In the aftermath of the conflict, Dr. Amelia Hawthorne and her team of cryptozoologists stood at the edge of the forest, their weapons lowered, their expressions filled with a mixture of awe and regret. For the first time, they truly saw the beauty and wonder of the hidden realm and the creatures that called it home. With a heavy heart, Dr. Hawthorne approached the Last Sasquatch, her eyes filled with apology. She knew that she could never undo the damage that had been done, but she vowed to do everything in her power to ensure that the hidden realm remained safe from further harm. And so, under the watchful gaze of the wise dragon and the mischievous leprechaun, a fragile truce was forged between humans and mythical creatures. Together, they vowed to protect the last remnants of magic in the world, to cherish and preserve the natural wonders that had been entrusted to their care. In the days that followed, the creatures of the hidden realm and the cryptozoologists worked side by side, sharing their knowledge and wisdom in a spirit of cooperation and mutual respect. Slowly but surely, the scars of battle began to heal, and the forest once again thrummed with the vibrant energy of life. As the seasons turned and the years passed, the hidden realm became a beacon of hope in a world grown dark with despair. Visitors from far and wide came to marvel at its wonders, to glimpse the creatures of legend that called it home. And though the Last Sasquatch still roamed the wilderness, its solitary figure a reminder of the trials and tribulations of the past, it no longer walked alone. For in the hearts of all who dwelt within the hidden realm, its spirit lived on, a testament to the enduring power of friendship, courage, and the magic that binds us all together.